You think it's just coffee? A harmless morning ritual to start your day. A simple $5 transaction you barely notice. You are mistaken. Dangerously mistaken. That cup in your hand holds a secret. It carries a flavor you've never consciously tasted. The subtle, yet cloying taste of quiet compromise. It has the faint, sweet aroma of deferred dreams, and it leaves the inescapably bitter aftertaste of financial servitude. Let's be clear. I am not here to attack your simple pleasures. I am here to hold up a mirror to the financial and psychological contracts you sign every single morning without reading the fine print. That $5 latte is the perfect Trojan horse for financial mediocrity. It feels small, insignificant, and earned a tiny reward for waking up and facing the day. This is a deliberate psychological trick, not an accident. The human brain is notoriously bad at conceptualizing the cumulative effect of small, recurring actions. We are wired for immediate threat assessment and immediate gratification. A $5 charge doesn't trigger our internal alarm bells. Unlike a $500 charge, marketers and corporations understand this cognitive loophole better than you do. They exploit it by breaking down large costs into tiny, digestible, daily payments, numbing you to the true financial hemorrhage. Let's perform a simple, brutal calculation. A $5 coffee, 5 days a week, is $25. That's approximately $100 a month, $1,200 a year. This isn't groundbreaking math. But you don't think of it as spending $1,200 on coffee. You think of it as spending $5, 240 times. See the difference? One is a significant financial decision. The other is a trivial, forgettable habit. This is only the beginning of the deception. The real cost, the flavor you're not tasting, is opportunity cost. That $1,200 a year isn't just $1,200. If invested, even conservatively, over decades, it transforms. We are talking about tens, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. That daily coffee isn't just costing you $5. It's costing you a portion of your financial independence, a piece of your retirement, a down payment on a future you claim to want. Now, let's get psychological. Why do you do it? It's not just about the caffeine. If it were, you'd brew it at home for pennies. No, you are buying something else entirely. You are purchasing a ritual. You're buying 5 minutes of sterile, predictable peace in a chaotic world. The barista knows your name. The music is inoffensive. The chair is comfortable. It is a carefully engineered environment designed to be third place, a refuge between the misery of home and the stress of work. This, third place, charges a very high rent. It's a simulation of community and belonging. You pay a premium for the illusion of being part of a tribe, the tribe of Guy. People who get coffee. This habit is deeply intertwined with your identity. You're a face, caramel macchiato person, or an oat milk latte person. It's a low-stakes way to define yourself, to signal your status and taste. You're not just buying a drink. You're curating your public persona, one expensive cup at a time. Furthermore, let's talk about the treat yourself fallacy. This phrase is one of the most financially corrosive concepts in modern culture. You had a tough meeting, so you deserve a coffee. You finished a project, you deserve a coffee. You simply woke up, you deserve a coffee. It frames a recurring expense as a non-negotiable reward. But a reward that you give yourself every single day is no longer a reward. It is a dependency. It's a crutch. This crutch weakens your resilience. By externalizing your reward and coping mechanisms to a purchased product, you diminish your innate ability to self-regulate and find joy in non-commercial activities. You've conditioned your brain to expect a dopamine hit from a transaction. What happens when you can't make that transaction? You feel irritable, deprived, and unable to function. You have outsourced your mood regulation to a barista, and that is a fragile, expensive way to live. Consider the time tax as well. It's not just $5. It's the 10 to 15 minutes you stand in line. It's the 5-minute detour from your optimal route to work. 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, is over 80 hours a year. That's 2 full work weeks you spend simply acquiring this beverage. What could you do with 2 extra weeks a year? Learn a skill? Read a dozen books? Start a side hustle? Your time is your most finite and valuable asset, and you are trading it for flavored bean water. So what is the solution? I am not a monster. I won't tell you to give up coffee. I am a pragmatist. The solution is to break the dependency on the times-purchased coffee ritual. The first step is a cold, hard audit. For 1 month, Track every single penny you spend on coffee and food outside the home. Don't estimate. Write it down. Face the number. Let the reality of the figure sink in. It will likely be uncomfortable, shocking even. Good. Discomfort is the catalyst for change. The second step is replacement, not removal. You can't just leave a void where a powerful habit once lived. You must fill it with something better. Buy a high-quality coffee machine. Buy expensive, ethically sourced beans. Spend $200 on the most luxurious, beautiful thermos you can find. Even with these initial costs, you will be saving thousands within a couple of years. You are not depriving yourself. You are upgrading yourself. You must then consciously craft a new morning ritual at home. Don't just stumble to the coffee pot. Create an experience. Perhaps you take 5 minutes to sit by a window and mindfully sip your coffee. No phone, no distractions. Maybe you listen to a specific song or a short podcast segment. The goal is to replicate the psychological benefits of the cafe. The ritual, the pause, the moment of peace, without the crippling financial and psychological cost. Now, for the most critical part. Take the money you would have spent, that $5 a day, and immediately transfer it to a dedicated investment account. Automate it. Make it non-negotiable. This is the act that transforms a painful sacrifice into a powerful act of creation. Every day, you are not losing a coffee. You are gaining a tangible piece of your future. Watching that account grow is a far more potent and lasting dopamine hit than any fleeting caffeine buzz. You will face withdrawal. Not just from the caffeine, but from the habit. Your brain will scream for the familiar comfort of the line, the logo, the transaction. You will feel a social pull, a fear of missing out. Acknowledge this. Understand that it is the death rattle of a bad system. Your mind is fighting to keep its inefficient, comfortable crutch. You must be stricter and more disciplined than your own impulses. This is a battle for your own mind. Finally, redefine what a kiss, treat, really is. A treat should be something that enhances your life in the long term, not something that just numbs the present moment. A real treat is paying off a debt. A real treat is maxing out your retirement contribution. A real treat is buying an asset that works for you while you sleep. Shift your perspective from short-term consumption to long-term ownership. The pleasure derived from seeing your net worth grow is deeper and more sustaining than any latte. This isn't about the coffee. It never was. It's about intentionality. It's about waking up, not just from sleep, but from the financial autopilot that society encourages. It's about tasting the true flavor of your decisions. The sweetness of freedom, or the bitterness of regret. The choice of which you brew each morning is, and always has been, entirely yours.